All we do is treat. We don't teach anyone nothing about prevention, and that is the anchor of my message today. You have got to learn how to prevent all the trouble that you're experiencing in your life, and you think, oh, it's just, I can't cope with it, it's just too much. Yes, you can. See, if you start with I can't, you've already lost the game. You can't do it today maybe, but let's change the terminology. I will find a way, I will make it happen. I need more training, I need more skill. Just like me throwing a hammer. I've always wanted to throw it 50 meters. You know, that'd be like an ideal throw. So what is it going to take for me to do that? Lots of training. Lots of stuff I don't like to do. You know, the plyometrics and the speed drills and up and down the line. I don't want to do that stuff. I just want to throw the hammer, but it doesn't work that way. You don't just play hockey to get good at hockey. There's drills, there's skill training. All these professional athletes today are all doing all kinds of other stuff, not the game itself. But they used to think that just the game itself was all you needed. They were wrong. Look where we've taken sport and performance. But you've lost something. The virtue of health in our minds. If you forfeit your health for performance only, in the end, you will regret it. And I'm telling you, you will suffer as a consequence. And why suffer needlessly if you don't have to? You have to believe that it's possible to be well, that your body has the capacity to heal itself, and it does.
I trained yesterday and I worked on my shoulders. I did some swimming, but I won't do that same workout today. I might do something of a stretch, or I might do a massage, or I might do some mobility or some stability to recover myself quickly to then train hard the next day. So when I look at my elements of fitness, I'm looking at my strength. And now why do I want to get stronger? Because I want my muscles to be strong to support my skeleton. I want my joints to feel free of any pain because my muscles are working for me, not against me. Now, if I have an injury, what does my injury provoke? It provokes pain at a joint. But is that where the real issue is? Is the issue at the joint, or is it in the muscles that are allowing our joints to work? Then I'm looking at my flexibility. Are my muscles working in a full range of motion for me to be able to move efficiently and effectively? And I bet most of you sat down here for a period of time, your muscles are going to get a bit shorter. They're not really contracting, getting eccentric. You're just kind of relaxed right now. You're not really active. Maybe in your core a little bit if you sat upright in the chair. How many of you are slumped in the chair right now? If you activate and you sit yourself up, your posture gets better. So we have to activate our muscles in a strength way, in a flexibility way, but also I need to work on that core strength, but I also want to work on my balance as well.
Normally you have these glycogen energy stores in your muscle and your liver. And they're broken down to give you the energy you need for that stress reaction. That's where the sugars are coming from. But they've seen it in athletics, is where they first saw the studies years ago, is that the glycogen stores seem to be chronically depleted, especially in the West where they were doing the research. So you don't get the sugar from the glycogen because it's chronically depleted due to a chronic low-grade stress reaction. So where do you get the sugar from? Does anybody know? The muscles need to engorge with blood as a stress reaction is what you're thinking, even for working out. Where is it getting it from? From your muscle. Your muscle breaks down, it's called gluconeogenesis. It's breaking down the muscle to create sugar and energy for the muscle. Look at athletics. When you're in athletics, why Cory was talking about earlier, that window of opportunity you have after the workout to replenish the glycogen stores especially, and the amino acid stores, we don't typically do that. We go too long outside of it, so there's not that same impetus of growth and repair. So we have to be concerned with that. Because then your body keeps breaking down more than it repairs. That's aging. Some people age faster than others. If you work out really hard and don't use that opportunity after workout to replenish, you can constantly, it's an uphill battle. You're not making gains, you're not healing properly, you're actually breaking down more pain. This breakdown, that's stress. Okay, to make this simple, if you're in the office, are you typically going to be in an outright fight with somebody or run away from somebody when you are stressed?
You're going to probably run away.
Yeah, and run away in your own way, in your mind usually, or do distract yourself, right? But we don't tend to run out of the building when somebody stresses us out, and we don't punch them. Even though you can feel all the guilt you want about it, sometimes you want to do that, and the guilt actually makes you feel even more stressed about it, that I feel like I actually want to get this person. I feel I'm so bad. That's horrible. Why do I want to do that? Or I want to run away. I'm such a wimp. I can't stand up. And that kind of thing is playing in our heads, right? So, outright aggression, which is hoping that you can win. So you're going to go at the situation in a fight. A lesser form of that we experience on a daily basis. Does anybody know what it is? A word. It's a lesser form of outright aggression or hostility. It's the same, just a lesser form.
Irritability?
Pardon?
Irritability?
Yes, irritation. Irritability. How many people have never felt irritated? Or during the day? Even if we have to admit to ourselves how many times we're irritated during the day. Even with differences of opinion or what somebody says in the news, or somebody says that what you are taking is stupid, and you take it really personally. So we get really personal about it. We're irritated a lot. That's a form of stress. It's lower grade, but it kicks the stress reaction. And what happens there, like I said, when you don't have glycogen stores to give you the fuel, it takes it from the muscle, catabolizes or breaks down muscle, that drops your pH. So you become more acidic. When you're more acidic, you can't uptake oxygen the same, so your energy levels start to drop.
It's not really about how long you're going to live. I mean, if you look at the average life expectancy in North America, you take men and women, you put them together, it's roughly 76.7 years of age. That's not very old chronologically speaking. Duke University put out a study a few years ago saying we have the genetic capability to live to be 125 years of age. We're only living up to a fraction of our genetic capabilities. And why is that? What are we doing wrong? Well, obviously, there are many things that we're doing wrong in society today. I mean, the majority of people are experiencing, and Jason touched on this quite a bit, inflammatory types of disorders. We don't even understand what inflammation is. We're still worried about things like cholesterol, and cholesterol has absolutely nothing to do with disease. I think you all know this by now. You've probably heard the stat that over half the people that die of heart attack have cholesterol levels in the absolute normal ranges. This whole paradigm of statin medications that they're trying to medicate the entire world on, including children right now, is absolutely ridiculous. We need cholesterol. Cholesterol is a biomolecule. Cholesterol makes the steroid hormones of the human body. The brain needs an enormous amount of cholesterol to function, and we wonder why these people are having neurological types of disorders now, Parkinson's-like syndromes and Alzheimer's disease, which there is now a link to these statin medications, and also muscular wasting. We can't afford to lose even an ounce of muscle as we go through the aging process.